What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Today we are going to talk about the differences between piggybacking a red dot on top of a low power variable optic or getting a red dot on a 45-degree offset. As I dive into this night vision world full of lasers and noodles and all fun and very, very expensive stuff, I set up this piggyback Holosun red dot on top of my low power variable optic to be able to passively shoot through my night vision using this red dot. At the same time, I've been testing this 45-degree offset from Valhalla Tactical. Right now it happens to have a right-on red dot on here. They both have had different red dots, but that is what is on here right now. So I figured as I'm testing both of these, I wanted to see the pros, the cons, what's different. And I think a lot of folks out there, as these setups have become more popular, a lot of people may ask themselves, which one should I go with? So that is the purpose of today's video. Real quick, first, let's talk about the testing that I've done and how I came up with this conclusion. I've had both of these on here for quite a while, at least 1,000 rounds. I have shot in the day. I have shot at night with white light and under night vision. And I shot both of them a bunch of different drills over the past couple months. Now, once I became comfortable with both of them, I brought this gun to the range, and the reason they're both on the same gun is I wanted to run the same exact drill with the same exact gun to see which one I'm more comfortable with, which one I think is faster. So I did the same exact drills with both of them. So I just did some one-up drills, bringing the gun up, see how quickly I could find the dot. Did a bunch of transition drills, not only transitioning from target to target, but also transitioning from the 1:8 Swamp Fox low power variable optic to the different red dots to see which one I found easier, faster, etc., etc. So I did a whole bunch of that. I recorded all the times, and that is the data I'm using to come up with these opinions. Before we get into the pros and cons, I also want to talk about why would you put a red dot like this on your rifle, on top of or on the side of your low power variable optic. First is going to be backup. I personally would rather have a red dot backup than iron sights. I can be a lot more effective with a red dot over iron sights. Night vision is another reason. The piggyback optics specifically, low power variable optics do not work with night vision. These red dots work very, very well, and again, if you want to passively aim through it, that is a great option if you have night vision. And then also red dot has much better eye relief. It's much better close up, in my opinion, than a low power variable optic. So I like having the benefits of a low power variable optic if I have to reach out further, because my eyesight is terrible. I say it all the time. And then the red dot is much better for close up engagements. Wow, that was a mouthful. All right, let's finally get into the pros and cons of these setups. The piggyback on top of the optic. The biggest pro for me is going to be night vision compatibility. Because it sits so high and you have night vision on, you can very easily see through the optic, through the red dot, when you have night vision goggles on. That is the biggest pro for me. I also think it's very easy switching shoulders. If you're on your right shoulder here, or you need to switch over to your left shoulder, it's still very, very easy to see through that piggyback red dot. Cons, height over bore is ridiculous. It is about 82 feet above this Roscoe Manufacturing barrel. So your height over bore and your holdovers are really, really important, being it's so high off of the barrel. You really need to practice your holdovers. Start close, work your way out, go back and forth, figure it out. When you get really close, you almost have to hold off of the target to hit it where you want. So holdover is very, very important. A couple quick little tips that my friends gave me. I don't know how much I agree with these. One, they said it's lighter. Okay, it's maybe a ½ ounce lighter, an ounce maybe. It's not much. And they also said it's lower profile. I guess so. I guess less sticks out on the top than on the side, but I don't think those are big deals for me. All right, let's move over to the offset mount here. The biggest pro for me was overall I found it faster. I found it easier. It felt more natural. It was just much, much easier to figure out for me. Now, this may not carry over. It may be different for you, but for me, something about just shooting and then tilting the gun sideways, it's just so much easier, so much faster. I find the dot easier. And again, I've swapped these red dots. I've had different dots on here, so it's not about the dot. It's something about just canting it. I found it significantly easier. As far as cons, it is almost impossible for me to shoot offhand. If I have to go left-handed with, you're just not very easily shooting support hand with the red dot. You're gonna have to stick to the low power variable optic. It's also not great for night vision, like I said before. Rocking this over and shooting through it with the night vision is not really a great option for the 45-degree offset. The one tip I have for the 45-degree offset is watch the handle on your low power variable optic, especially if the one you have has a really wide throw. You may end up hitting the red dot on the offset, or if you have the red dot further in front of the low power variable optic, you may just block your field of view and not be able to see it. So depending how far that throw is on your low power variable optic, that might be an issue. With this Swamp Fox 1 to 8, it is fine. There is no issue. So what I'm going to say overall, if you're using it for night vision, no doubt you need to get the Piggyback setup. That is really the only option. If you're the type of person who likes to switch shoulders around different corners, again, I would probably recommend the Piggyback optic for that as well. If you're not using it for night vision, I would consider the 45-degree offset. When I say it was faster and easier to pick up the dot, I mean significantly easier and faster right off the get-go. Now, I practice a lot with the Piggyback. I did get better and I did get close, but the 45 was just very, very natural for me. It was smooth, it was seamless. Best option, if you have a buddy who has one of these, whether it be the Piggyback or the offset, and maybe you can borrow it and put some rounds and play around. Just because I feel the 45-degree offset was easier, faster, smoother, you may not feel the same way. So maybe, I know they're not super common and popular yet, but if there's somebody locally that you can play around with and see what you do and don't like before you make that investment, that's always the best, if that is an option. I want to thank a couple people real quick. I know this should be a short and sweet video. I want to thank Right On for sending me a couple red dots to review. Those reviews should be out soon. Valhalla Tactical makes this really nice 45-degree offset. Again, they sent it for a review. That review will be out soon. I'm getting pretty comfortable with it now, and it's extremely nice. So thank you to them. Holosun, I'm not thanking Holosun because I paid for the red dot. As much as I love Holosun products, not thanking them. The mount came from Reptilla. Again, that was donated to the channel, so thank you very much to Reptilla. And Swamp Fox I paid for as well, so I'm not thanking them. I do want to thank you boys and girls for watching. Every time you guys like a video, comment, subscribe, enable the bell notification, use any of the affiliate links down in the video description, whether it be Ocean State Armory for Cerakoting and laser engraving, Prime Armor for body armor, Blackout Coffee for that delicious coffee. Anytime you guys do any of those things, it truly helps out the channel, and I truly, truly appreciate it. I'll see you guys next time. Peace!